take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. It's time!
Oh shit, we're back. The Church of MMA podcast. My name is Tabor Cragen.
My name is Mason Knight. This is episode 39, UFC 253 recap, MMA news. And then we will be talking about the Holm versus Aldana preview show. Tabor, where should we begin?
The elephant in the room itself.
Oh, the room itself. Wow, what a big elephant.
Yeah, honestly.
What an elephant so big that you can hear the echo in this room right now, which is the elephant that we need to talk about. We are still in the process of putting it together. We got to hang up the foam. So if you hear an echo on this podcast today, very sorry. But we're getting it. And next week it'll be all said and done. But yeah, pretty exciting. Look at this new desk, everyone.
Dude.
Check that out.
Oh my God, it looks so good. The desk looks good.
It.
I wish people could have seen. We should have taken pictures of that hallway. What we fucking carried this thing through.
This like giant table through. Yeah.
I'm shocked we didn't kill that lady on accident. Just drop it on her.
Thank God. Yeah. Thank God she was just like, okay, I'm gonna get out of the way. Yeah. This table's heavy as hell.
Yeah, best thing she could have done.
We had to take it to. It was like 2 floors, and like the stairwell was literally like the most narrow thing ever. Like lifting it over the side. It was insane.
It was fun. It was a 4-person job for sure.
And
it was just.
And we did it just us two. But nonetheless, we got this table. It's gonna be so much better, Tabor, for fight companions.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Like that little desk that we were at for 4 guys, 4 big grown ass men. It was miserable. But here with this giant table, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're doing bigger, better things. And thank you to everyone, too, for our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's up to like 131 subscribers.
So crazy.
We're growing really fast now. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You want to plug our social media pages?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at the Church of MMA. Guys, we are posting funny memes. We are posting clips of the show. We are trying to make you guys laugh. Hit us up. If you haven't followed already, hit that follow button. And also, show your friends. Share. Showing is growing, guys. Yep. Share our show. Show our videos. Follow us on YouTube. Everything.
It's normal.
It's normal.
It is.
Okay.
Absolutely normal.
Yeah. And also, real quick, shout out to the paint job, Mason.
Thank you.
It looks fucking great, dude. You've honestly, this is, everyone, just so you guys know in the podcast, this is all fucking Mason right here. It looks awesome, and I am so excited for the future of this podcast. Dude. You did a great job.
Same, dude.
So shout out to you for sure.
And we have our own studio now too, because if you guys don't know, this was shared. This was like shared space between 2 podcasts, but now this room is entirely ours. It's just gonna be so much fun. We'll be doing fight companions. Like that's what I'm so excited for with this giant table, man. It's just fight companions. We're gonna have room. We're gonna be able to dick around and just have a good time.
Yep,
so.
We're gonna be getting drunk. We got coasters out just to protect the table.
Right, got to protect the table, and that'll last for about 3 days, and then we'll say fuck it.
It's gonna be fucked.
Just
fucked.
But hey, whatever.
We're trying. Okay, let's get into this.
Let's jump into the show,
dude. Sorry. By the way, guys, this is Friday. Usually we put out the episode on Monday. Sorry about that. But obviously, the new studio. Yeah. We did some moving.
We did.
It's well-deserved. Guys, we're putting it out now. We're coming through. This Israel Adesanya versus Paulo Costa card we just saw last weekend. Whoo, holy shit, man.
What a fortunate but unfortunate time for us to put this all together, like the new studio and stuff, because, man, all we wanted to do this whole week
was a fight companion.
Was jump into this. Yeah, and we were going to do a fight companion. Long story short, upgraded the internet plan. It went to shit. My internet was not working here for a week. Could not upload podcasts. Could not do the fight companion. So we had to beeline to Zach Lacey, which I'll give him a shout out at the end of the show because he came through, let us watch the fights at his place. But yeah, man. So we're here now. The internet all works, so we're back to normal. Yeah.
Can't wait. So UFC 253 recap. Israel Adesanya versus Paulo Costa. Guys, this was not the fight I expected.
No.
Not at all. I don't think anybody expected it to go this way. Did anyone predict a fucking domination? Early domination stop from Israel?
I think, honestly, one or 2 people did. I want to say Ken Flo predicted it, and then like one other person where I was like, damn, he was right on. He said second round TKO. Really? That's exactly what happened, yeah. But other than that, I mean, Dana was out there saying this was the fight of the year, the fight of the year candidate. This was going to be a spectacular, insane fight. And it was so one-sided. It almost looked like a Khamzat Chimaev situation where it was like Paulo Costa didn't even throw anything.
Dude.
Nothing at all. I was just baffled. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, we got it. Well, his leg. Dude, his fucking
chewed up.
The leg
chewed up immediately.
People were saying the Yoel Romero fight, didn't give him that much damage, blah, blah, blah. Like, fuck, man. That was damage. In the first round, his leg was fucking bleeding?
It was.
What?
Yeah, absolutely
bleeding?
insane.
The skinny man. The skinny man's got them skinny, sharp fucking bones, dude.
Yes, he does.
Wow.
And
it's just amazing.
Man, everyone was hopping off the whole Israel Adesanya hype train, saying this and that after the Yoel Romero fight, which we did say it was a boring fight, but we never at one time said we didn't love Izzy. It was a boring fight. It is what it is. But man, he proved his naysayers wrong. Wow, the incredible performance. And now, Tabor, we're looking at a situation here where it's like, who is next? Outside of Jared Cannonier, if he goes out there and beats Jared, I mean, who else is left in this middleweight division?
Well, I love that he called him out.
It's
specifically.
Perfect. And again, that's why we love Izzy. It's because he's not doing all this stupid shit where he's calling out number 11 or
yes.
I want a legacy fight. Give me Anderson Silva again. He's not doing that. He's calling out the top contender guys in division and cleaning them out. Mm-hmm. I love it.
And I don't see anybody competing with this guy. I mean, I love me some Jared Cannonier, but let's be fucking real, man. I don't know if he's going to be able to handle that heat. He's one of these guys that's been KO'd before by light heavyweights like Dominic Reyes. You could say Dominic Reyes and Israel Adesanya are very similar in their fighting style. Counter-striking based, boxing heavy, but the kicks with Israel. What was that? What was that head kick he landed? Was that a fucking question mark kick?
I don't know, man.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's been so long. It was beautiful. Dude, I really think he might be the most technical fighter in the UFC right now.
Oh, unquestionably, he is the greatest striker in the UFC. Just the fluidity of his movements, the way he's able to, his presence coming in and out. I mean, we're no experts here, but man, I mean, it's obvious.
Yes.
I mean, you could literally be a day one and go, wow, that guy is smooth. That guy just knows how to move. It's literally, Bruce Lee, be like water. And I feel like that's what Israel Adesanya is. He embodies that.
Yes, absolutely.
It's beautiful to watch. Like, I really do enjoy watching Izzy fight, and couldn't be more happy for him. So congrats to the champ. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, though, as far as there was a lot of tension between these two, a lot of animosity towards one another. Paulo Costa at the weigh-ins threw the white belt at him, and Izzy slapped it out of his hand. There was some shenanigans, if you will, after the fact. What do you think, though, about, because I'm sure you saw it, everyone saw it, Israel Adesanya, after that fight, literally humped Paulo Acosta.
So I heard so many different takes about that specifically. People were saying, this is fucking disgusting. You need to fucking fine him, make an example of him so this shit never happens again. So unsportsmanlike, so unclassy, et cetera, et cetera. And I agree to an extent. Like, yes, unclassy, unsportsmanlike really shouldn't be a huge part of the sport. But at the same time, like, there was so much fucking outside animosity coming into this fight. Are we really surprised? Are we surprised that Colby Covington talked shit to Tyron Woodley after he fucked him up? Are we surprised that Israel Adesanya acted the way he did with Paulo? Paulo talked so much fucking shit.
He did.
So much shit. And it was, I mean, he was really calling him disgusting. He was calling him a dirty person. He was calling him a terrible person. He was doing personal attacks. Yes, it was in broken, fucked up English, but it was still a personal attack. So I'm not surprised that Israel was mad. I'm not surprised that he acted in this way. I'm not mad. I guess that's the easiest way to put it. I'm not mad at him.
I have a little bit different take, but really not that much. When I saw it initially, I was like, okay, that was unnecessary. But I'm not mad at him. Like, literally, it's like, okay, he did it. He probably shouldn't have done it. All right, move on. Yeah. Like, it really wasn't a big deal for me. I thought it was a little, unnecessary. But again, like, as you said, there's a lot of animosity. There's a lot of tension between these two and a lot of shit talking too, man. And some of that shit talk got personal, especially when you try to delegitimize someone and throwing a white belt at their face and stuff and saying you're nothing. It's, some punches were thrown.
Yeah, I mean, there's
pretty much all from Izzy, but some punches were thrown.
There's two types of people. There's a guy like a Hazmat Chimaev that flatlines you, and then,
Right.
And then there's Israel that flatlines you and then humps you afterwards. Yeah. Either guy I like. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not mad. I like it.
You know what Izzy does too very well is he's able to do this, like, he balances himself very well, where he doesn't come across as like an arrogant prick all the time.
Yes.
Like someone like John Jones, which John has his small sporadic things where they're like, oh, good job, John. Like, stopping the kids from spray painting that one time. That was nice. But they're far few in between. But what Izzy does brilliantly, and this is why he is a superstar over John Jones, in the same realm, the same arena, is because Izzy can do stuff like that. But then you hear stories of him like giving up his first class seat on an airplane to his coach.
It's so cool.
Because you're just like, Izzy's a good dude, and you know that.
He's humble.
Of course. Yeah, of course. He's very confident in himself because he is the undisputed champ. And damn, when you put on a performance like that, you have every right to act like that, especially after all that shit talk, you know. But he does balance it so well, man. And I think that's why he's such a likable fighter, even if he does, cross the line every so often. Yeah. Because it's far few in between crossing the line. Like,
well, it's happened a few times. Twice. I mean, there was that, and then you got like the 9/11 joke, but I'm like, let's be real.
That was the other reference. But again, at the same time, it's like you kind of have to have a little controversy. If you don't have any it would rather be people tuning in to 20% hate you, 80% love you, because you're getting that extra 20% eyeballs.
Absolutely.
Man. So if people didn't like his antics, his humping, it's like, oh, I want him to get his ass kicked next time. And again, that's something Colby does very well. Is half the people love him, half the people hate him. But guess what? You tune in. You got to watch it. So long story short, I think Izzy does it right.
Yes.
I think majority, 90% of people love him.
Yes.
You get your 10, but whatever. You're always going to have that. If you don't have 10% people hating you, you're doing something wrong.
Absolutely, dude. Fucking all press is good press, my guy. All press is good press.
Especially in this day and age.
Yeah, so shout out to Israel Adesanya.
Absolutely, the champ.
The fucking champ, dude. Just proving that he's the best in the world. Once again, like, yeah, the UO fight, we said it, but it's like, fuck, dude. This was the guy. This was the guy to KO Israel, and he failed.
He failed miserably.
Let's just say, like, I don't know what the fuck his game plan was, dude.
He was just completely...
I don't know what it was. Like, he didn't throw a punch.
No, and that's something with Izzy. Is like there are levels to this game, and he is just in how much he's improved over the last, like, I mean, obviously he's undefeated still, but how much we've seen him evolve rather than improve. I mean, he is improving as well, but evolving. Like, it's becoming to a point where it's like he's untouchable. And that's the difference there with Israel Adesanya. You can go in and fight someone in this grueling 25-minute match and you're beat up and you win the fight and you're still a dominant champ, but he does something interesting that you see another superstar or former superstar do in George St. Pierre, where you're not taking massive damage. You're winning fights and you're winning them decisively. That's
just impose your will.
I mean, he could potentially defend his belt 3 times this year. For a champ to fight 3 times in a year. I'm ecstatic if you can see a champ fight twice, let alone 3 times in a year. Come on. But it's because he sustains no damage. Like, he's a smart and intelligent fighter. I love him. Yeah. I can't speak high enough.
And you can't blame Paulo, because you really could say that is all 100% Israel. That's 100% Israel with those leg kicks. He shut down everything that Paulo tried to do. Didn't even let him start. So fucking just amazing, dude. I don't see anybody beating Israel. I think he's going to be a middleweight champ for a very, very long time. I don't know. Let's talk about this, because they've been going back and forth a whole lot. Everyone thinks this is going to be in the future. This was really hyped up fight a few months ago. It hasn't been talked about much, but Israel Adesanya and John Jones is now...
They've been jarring.
They've always been jarring.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's on another level now. It's getting more and more.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just going back and forth. It's relentless. It's nonstop. And I couldn't find the thread of tweets that people were talking about. I tried to go and look for them.
There's just too many now.
Yeah, there's too many that I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. But, man, are you following it? Can you catch me up a little bit?
Essentially, fucking John Jones is calling Israel a pussy, saying he's scared to fight him. That's why he's pushing it off. And Israel's saying 2021 still. That's the shortest version I could put it down, essentially.
Well, and that looks like a appropriate timetable. I mean, you look at it, he's going to go fight Jared Cannonier probably in December or January, and then take on John Jones.
Yeah, well, I think that's such a big fight. I mean, Israel was saying he wanted that fight to be in the Raider Stadium in Vegas. I mean, that's such a big fucking fight. That's a fight like Conor McGregor has not fought yet, guys. This Rona bullshit is fucking everything up with live gates. Like, that's a fight you want to sell tickets for.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because you're going to make $25 million at the gate. Easily. I mean, if you do it in Raider Stadium, like how many seats there are.
Yes, because that's going to sell out.
Not in a normal venue, but yeah.
Yeah, that's going to sell out, because especially with the biggest TV in the fucking world.
Of course.
Like wraparound bullshit. It's like you're going to see everything. Doesn't matter if you're sitting nosebleeds.
No. Yeah. You're just there for the experience. Exactly. You're in Vegas. Like, it's still worth it.
Yeah, when I was in T-Mobile, I was upper decker, and I just stared at this screen the whole time. It was just, exactly. It was
just to be the atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely. So shout out Israel. We're gonna move on. We talked about him for 15 minutes already. But
we did.
You know, just he's special, man. He's just something special. Yes, so I did take him. I took him 4th round TKO. Gave me 4 points.
Yep. And last time I ever pick against Israel Adesanya. You know, I picked a 3rd round TKO out of Paulo Costa. I was thinking maybe he would be Yoel, except press the pace, and that just didn't happen.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't want to get into another rant about how good Israel Adesanya is.
Yeah, it's because of that. He could easily pop
I can.
back up.
I can, yeah.
Easily, dude.
But,
he's just so good. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next fight for the vacant light heavyweight championship of the world. Yeah, huge motherfuckers. Dominic Reyes versus Yombohovich.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
First and foremost, did you see Dominic Reyes' ribs? Oh my God.
Dude.
Two kicks and they turned like just red.
That was disgusting.
Like blood red.
They blistered.
Yeah,
bro.
blistered. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Could you imagine getting kicked that hard? Kill me.
I've never seen that.
I'd rather be shot in the head.
Dude, from like what, 3 kicks in his side was that bad?
It was awful. It was completely debilitating, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, and it's no wonder that slowed him down that much. I think that was a beautifully well executed game plan. I don't even know if that's his game plan or not, but I mean, when you see damage like that, you're gonna keep attacking that.
Absolutely.
And he did with precision. You perfectly kicked it every time. His giant mark.
God, I know. And Jan just looked phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
I mean, he dominated. I mean, like, he dominated. And it's such a weird thing when we go and watch Dominic Reyes. He fought John Jones. And there's a lot of talk about, you know, Dominic Reyes only having 6 weeks to prepare. He wanted a full 8 for the camp, yada, yada, yada. But it's weird. I almost wonder, and this is all speculation, okay, but just as a fan, Dominic Reyes understandably was very upset about that John Jones fight and was still kind of talking about it even a week or 2 before the fight against Jan, you know, talking about John. And I'm like, is this guy over it yet? Is he over it?
No.
And I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was.
He came into this fight way too overconfident, and I really believe that. I mean, dude, he was calling himself the champ before the fucking fight even started.
Right.
He really was. He goes, I feel like the champ right now. I know I beat John Jones, and it's going to be a walk in the park with Jan. Like, I don't think he gave Jan the credit he needed to. I really think he just thought he was that much better. Like, bro, you can... I don't know what he was thinking in that second. I don't know if he was... worried from the damage of the ribs and put him a little urgency in him, and maybe he wanted to start banging. But dude, when he started throwing in the pocket with Jan, it was only a matter of time, and I knew it because dude, when he got the stanky leg, it was over.
Yeah,
he didn't even have to land anything else. It was over. And during the night, I did kind of think the stoppage was a little bit bullshit. I thought it was early, and I even thought the Paulo Costa stoppage was a little bit early. But looking back on it, like, dude, he was doing nothing.
No,
he was doing nothing. He was not winning that, so it was a decent stoppage, I guess. You know.
Absolutely.
So much power. The Polish power is real. Poland
it's the real deal, man.
It is. Poland went wild.
Well, and then you say John Jones tweet like 5 minutes after the fight, oh, do you think I should go and get my belt back? It's like, does this guy have like...
So out of touch.
Just completely out of touch. Just being like, okay, so what you literally just did there, John, is you basically admitted that you didn't want to fight Dominic Reyes, but you'll go and fight Yombohovich. Yes. Is that not? Am I wrong there?
No.
That's literally what he...
100%.
I just was like, what the... Why would you tweet that? Why would you tweet that? You're literally showing your cards. You're literally showing that you were scared. I mean, not scared. I don't want to say scared. John Jones is not scared of anyone. But he obviously didn't want that Dominic Reyes fight. Yeah. Because to immediately say, oh, I'm going to come back down and grab the belt. Well, then why'd you leave in the first place? Yeah. Even if you're joking about it, whatever, like why are you saying that? It makes you wonder, right? No?
I just think the guy's so fucking arrogant. The guy's just so his head's so far up his ass. It doesn't matter how much good he does. It's like he's always going to be the same.
He's going to be that guy.
Yeah. He really will.
He's going to be that guy.
Like, I mean, I know he does great stuff. Like fuck with all these riots and shit. Like he did so much good for his community. Yeah, he really did, and he deserves that credit. But it's like he's still the same fucking guy. Of course. We can't be shocked by it.
Well, yeah, and people aren't all bad.
No.
You know? But.
Yeah, exactly. So, Yombohovich. I mean, he did call out John Jones afterwards.
He did.
That's not the fight that's going to happen, guys. Yeah. Let's be real. John Jones is fighting Stipe or Francis next. The winner of that next fight, he'll probably not take a fight for another 6 months, you know, and he might not take a fight for a year. Let's be real. Yeah. Unless Francis KOs Stipe viciously in that next heavyweight title fight, I mean, let's be real, that fight's not going to get made for 4 months, at least.
I think the bigger fight, though, is a John Jones-Israel Adesanya fight, man. I mean, at the start of 2021.
I just don't know if because John's moving with this move up to heavyweight. I don't think John... I don't think John's going to want to make 205. I'm not saying he can't, What I'm saying is, with this new vegan diet that he was doing, building into these light heavyweight title fights, I mean, he was only cutting 10 pounds, 12 pounds at a time. He was 217 coming into that Dominic Reyes fight. Crazy. He's going to be 235, 240 jacked going into this heavyweight title run. So I don't see him fighting Israel Adesanya at light heavyweight right now.
And I definitely think that's a fair point.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's so interesting. I don't know what you do with the light heavyweight division. I guess you just wait for this Santos Glover Textera fight, and that is a clear number one contender, I believe.
Absolutely.
If Glover Textera beats Santos,
he gets a shot. He gets a shot no matter what.
Yes.
No matter what.
Yes.
That guy deserves it. And not only that, for as long as he's been in the UFC, and to be able to put a run on like this, beating the best of the best in the light heavyweight division.
Yeah.
Give that man a shot. It's his last run. You got to give him a shot for gold,
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. And if Santos wins, I think you give him the shot too, because we're going to give Dominic Reyes a shot right after losing to John Jones. Santos deserves a shot after beating a Glover Textera. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. For sure. So the light heavyweight division's done. We're done. It's easy as that. The next title fight is made. It's the winner of that fight.
For sure. Unquestionably.
Okay, so this next fight was fucking insane.
What the hell? Yeah,
Brandon Royval, Kai Kara France. I wish I would have watched it again, just because of how crazy it was.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was spinning elbow in 10 seconds?
Oh, Royval too, or Royval.
Royval.
Jeez, I can't say that. Royval. Yeah, there we go. Royval, dude. I mean, goodness gracious, this guy is a madman. In the best way possible.
Tony
but
Ferguson
I just mean, just pressing the pace, just everywhere and just throwing haymakers. But here's the thing. It's not wild.
Yes.
It's with
precision.
Control. Yeah, yes. It's very technical strike. So when I say he's a wild man, I'm not saying he's a Clay Guida where he's just everywhere, which we love Clay. But it's he's just a wild man, but he's precise about it. I don't know, dude. It was so much fun watching this fight. And Kai Kara France is no joke.
Oh, no joke, dude. No joke. That city kickboxing is for real. Yeah. For real. So any win over a guy like that is a big win. And Brandon Royval, this is his second fight in the UFC. Only made his debut a few months ago. So it's fuck, these are big fights he's winning. He's going to get a big fight next. And this flyweight division's going crazy. Fuck it. We're going to talk about it right now. MMA news, fucking what's-his-face just dropped
Cody
out.
Garbrandt just
so
dropped
Alex
out.
Perez is in. It's this flyweight is just, pieces are moving, guys.
It's
you have to
all over the
stay
place.
ready.
Yeah.
You have to stay ready.
Absolutely.
If you're a 125er right now, be ready. Take a fucking fight on short notice, because if you win, you're going to get a title shot quickly, probably. I mean, it's not hard to move up in this division. I think there's 15 guys. Let's be real. I think there's not that many flyweights right now.
Are you furious, though, if you're Brandon Moreno?
Yeah, a little bit, because he deserved it as well.
He does.
I mean, he
got leapfrogged by Cody Garbrandt.
And Alex Perez.
Yeah, and Alex Perez.
I mean, because Perez just finished Formiga, and fucking so did Moreno.
Exactly.
Moreno beat Formiga too. So
I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Unless we don't know. Unless maybe Moreno turned it down.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. Who knows?
And then in that case, fair is fair.
Yeah. I mean, this news wasn't even supposed to leak. It got leaked by Brazilians, of course.
Right. Of course.
They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. But anyways, that was a great fight.
It was.
It was an absolutely crazy fight. It was one of the craziest fights of the night. I think it was fight of the night for just, it didn't last very long, but it was fight of the night for sure. And to get that standing guillotine, just the elite squeeze he had to make a guy tap like that.
So tight. So
tight, so elite. Very high on Brandon Royval. I can't wait for his next fight. I mean, there's not a lot of 125ers that get me excited, but he's one of them for sure. For sure. So I took Kai Kara France, so
okay.
You guys didn't take any points.
Yep. I took Kai Kara France,
yeah. And real quick, we both took Reyes in that last fight. Yeah. No, I don't think anybody took Jan.
No.
Jan was so overlooked in that fight.
He was.
So
even by us to a certain extent. I mean, we had a lot of high praises for Jan, but I think after the performance of Dominic Reyes, it was hard to bet against him. Mm-hmm. It really was.
Yeah, everyone was looking at that John Jones fight coming into that.
And it's no disrespect to Yombohovich, because he put on a great run after going 1-4 or 2-4, whatever it was. To put on the run that he did and to be determined. Great champ, great champ, and I'm happy for him. And wish him the best. So
yeah, we're kind of gonna skip over these fights pretty quickly because I don't have too much to say about these ones.
Nor do I.
Katlyn Vieira, Sijara Eubanks. I mean, it was a decent fight. They were swinging. Katlyn Vieira is just a superior striker. It seemed pretty obvious that it was Sijara. She put up a good fight.
Yeah, she did.
She put up a pretty good fight,
and on late notice too.
Yeah.
Came in as a late replacement.
Yeah, this fight we might stick a little bit longer on just because you're probably pissed off. Hakeem Dawodu versus Sabura Tukhugov.
I have not won one split decision this whole year on some of the most egregious fights where a fighter clearly should have won a fight, and I get screwed on it all the time. All the time. So, yeah, let's talk about this one.
Yeah,
this
every split decision I've been on the winning end of.
Yeah.
After they've clearly lost the fight. I thought Hakeem Dawodu lost at least the second round and the first. It was close, that second round. I thought it was close. But the third round he won, but I don't know. I don't know, man. That was, I thought Zabura won. But,
I thought he won 2-1.
But you know what? When you're fucking running away like that in the third, you deserve a 10-8 round for that. You don't deserve to win if you're fucking running away.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
That's what Ray Longo said, at least, and I 100% agree with
Here's the thing with the judges, though, that I thought was fucking bonkers. One judge scored this 30-27.
So crazy.
Dawodu.
So crazy.
Is that not fucking insane?
He's just a retard.
There's no way he won all 3 rounds. There's no way he won all 3 rounds.
No.
I mean, the scorecards were all over the place.
No.
30-27, 28-29, and 29-28. I mean, that's all over the place, man. Not one judge was consistent. That's just insane to me.
Crazy. I mean, we're not shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, how much do we complain about the judges?
All the time.
All
Literally
the
every
fucking time,
podcast. We sound like broken records.
Yeah. So I picked Dawodu. Got me 1 point at least.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Brad Riddell, Alex De Silva was the last fight we picked. I don't even remember this fight, to be honest. I don't think I watched it. I mean, I watched a little bit of it. I mean,
yeah, we watched a little bit.
I was so distracted.
Yeah, and we were setting up and everything too.
Yeah, I was so distracted. But you know what? Brad Riddell showed up. I guess I didn't watch it, so he showed up and he won.
He did.
Good for him. City kickboxing guy. He got me 3 points, so I'm happy. But MMA news time, Mason. Let's start this shit.
Let's go.
Okay, so I know this is Friday. There is so much to happen in the week.
So much.
So much. I mean, we could have spent an hour just talking about MMA news.
Could have.
But we're gonna hit the main talking points. So earlier in the week, I believe it was like Sunday or Monday, this broke. Everyone thought that Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz fight was the one to make, but apparently it's not.
I kind of thought that was like a unsigned done deal.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it seems like an easy one.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But no. Instead, we get the Jorge Masvidal, Colby Covington, Dana confirmed.
Yeah, well, in the works at least.
Yeah.
Negotiations still ongoing, but this is a big fucking fight. I think this has to be a main event of a pay-per-view.
Yes,
you can't
this is
put
not
this
a
on
3-round fight.
No, I mean, main events are always 5, but it's like this is not a fight night main event.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it can't be a co-main because it'll be 3 rounds because the BMF title is not a real title.
Yeah, so it
would have been 3 rounds.
Yes,
no way. Got to make this 5.
It has to be 5 rounds. Has to be 5 rounds. It's the only way I want to watch it. I don't want to watch this for 3 rounds. This needs to be 5, guys. I want to see this for 5 rounds. I mean, yes, the same thing could happen that we just saw with Jorge and Usman.
Yeah.
It could happen all over again, but it doesn't matter. Just the shit talk leading into this fight is worth it.
It's going to be so much fun. And former friends, they're hanging out, having a good time, and now they fucking hate each other.
The storyline.
Hate each other.
The storyline is amazing.
It is.
It's amazing. Mm-hmm. And POTUS is showing up.
Of course
he's going to be in the he's going to be Madison Square Garden. Make this fucking I guess we can.
Well, you texted me you texted me and told me that Colby Covington was in the front row for the first debates, which might I publicly state was an absolute disgrace and a shit show on both sides. Fucking egregious, awful. But anyway, back to MMA. You were telling me that Colby Covington was in the front row. Is that really true?
He's second row, I guess.
Or second row, whatever. Yeah, but I mean, he was there at the debate.
He was there, dude.
That's
Remember?
insane.
So when the debate ended, did you hear Trump, greatest president ever? Fucking Trump 2020. That was him.
Of course it was.
That was Colby, dude.
Colby.
He's always yelling. He's always there.
Oh, Colby.
So funny. So funny. Man, and we're talking about it. Fuck it. Jorge Masvidal. He's going on tour with Trump Jr., dude.
That's what I heard.
Donald.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
He's helping
Is that really true, too?
Yeah, that's true. Fox News confirmed.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like all these are like fake headlines, and I'm like, no, there's no way. I'll just scroll past it. But
well, it's 2020.
Anything's possible.
Anything
is possible these days. And Colby and Jorge might hate each other, but
they're huge.
The president's definitely going to show up.
Oh yeah, he's
going
to
that
be
fight.
there.
He has to.
Oh, he
has to. Both of them support him. It's a win-win for him.
Yeah.
And then it can go, I always win, no matter what.
Both these fighters love me. I only have winners that love me.
Yes. Number one and number one. Like, why? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, someone's got to lose, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Like, nope, they're both winners because they
draw.
support me.
It was a draw.
They support me, so they're both winners in life. Oh, boy. So funny.
Yeah, that
it's
is
just
insane.
awesome. It's just cool. It's just cool shit. And whatever spectrum you fall on, it's big for the sport, man. It's just big.
Absolutely.
This is all
it
exposure.
brings more eyeballs.
Absolutely, 100%.
And it is historic. Like whether or not you hate him or love the president, you know, I mean, you can have your opinion on him.
Yeah.
But dude, like, how often do you get a sitting president calling you?
Never.
And congratulating you.
Like,
imagine Obama calling up, like, I don't know,
Tom
LeBron
Brady
James or something
exactly.
like that.
That doesn't happen. It never
and
happens.
Then LeBron's like, here, let me put it on speakerphone. And Obama's like, just want to congratulate you. You know, you're just like, oh, fuck,
you'd be
that's
like, holy
President
shit,
Obama.
that's fucking cool as fuck.
It's cool. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So, like, and it's big for the sport, too, you know?
It's huge.
And Dana, you know, I know since we're talking about news, I'll kind of talk about this a little bit. But I was watching one of Dana White's press conferences, and he's saying that the sport is booming. He's saying social media presence is, he's up to like 8 million followers. I mean, this sport is evolving so fast. It is growing so fast. And I fucking love it, dude, because there's no off season. There's no off season with MMA, with UFC, man. This is year around. We can have this podcast every week. We can be consistent. We can watch fights, and it never gets old. I mean, to see these dynamic is such entertaining fighters. Like, I love this sport, man.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited that the UFC has grown so fast the way it has. And a lot of that's due to Dana White. You know, love him or hate him too.
100%.
Dana White's on top of this, man. He's put together a great team, and he's really grown this business in the last 25 years.
I really think if Dana White wasn't involved in MMA, I think the sport would have died.
Oh, yeah,
a long time ago. Yeah. Like, let's be real. If it wasn't for Dana White and the Fertitta brothers, this sport would have died years ago, and it would have been such a fucking shame because it really is the number one combat sport in the world right now.
Oh, it's the greatest
It's
thing
not
ever.
the money maker that fucking boxing is, but that's just because that's how corrupt and fucked boxing is.
But dude, it's getting
there, guys. It's getting there. We're
fast.
making millionaires. Shit's happening. I mean, yes, we're under 20% in shared.
Yeah, which
we are
still sucks. There's some kinks to work out, but
there always is.
Yeah.
You know, even the NFL and the NBA, they're still not perfect, even to this day. So there's so many things, and the future is looking so bright. I'm so excited, man.
Love it.
I really am so excited. And speaking of the future, you know, this was a big fight that people were talking about. Conor was going to make his boxing return against Manny Pacquiao. It kind of was confirmed, kind of not, by Manny Pacquiao's camp. It's weird.
It's a weird situation.
It's a very weird situation. You don't know if it's true or not because now Dana White's coming out. We're kind of mixing things in, but Dana White's coming out saying that you know, Conor is now offered against Dustin Poirier, official UFC fight, and we heard the news about Conor doing a Dustin Poirier charity event. Yep. Let's talk about that.
Okay,
the charity event. That's not happening.
Well, obviously it's not. They're under UFC contract, so there's no way that two elite UFC fighters are going to be able to fight for a charity. That's just not going to happen. But what I will tell you is it's good publicity. It's a good stunt to pull off in order to get this job to get this contract in the works. Because Dana wants Dustin Poirier to fight. Maybe he doesn't want to pay him with Tony Ferguson, but he'll definitely pay him with Conor McGregor.
Oh, he has to. And if you don't get paid a Conor fight, you're fucked. I don't know what Cowboys camp was really thinking, but what did he make?
200,000.
That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. That was a slap in the face. That was a spitball in the fucking face of Cowboy. So if that's what Dustin's going to accept, I don't know.
Dustin said $1 million. Dustin wants $1 million when he fights. He said 7 figures. So.
That's easy. That's easy. Give him $1 million fucking dollars. What? You're not going to give him $1 million for that fight?
He's an elite lightweight,
and he deserves it.
Yeah.
He deserves 2. He deserves
champ.
10. Let's be real. Conor deserves probably 30 or 40 for how much fucking money he's making. Like, we're getting there.
Yeah,
we're getting there. The sport's growing. So,
Anyway, Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier. What do you think about this? Like, is this the fight that you wanted to see for Conor?
Yes.
I would have to agree with you too. And since we're on the topic of Conor, like, I think we both agree, Dustin Poirier, I love it. It's an elite fight. It's not this Donald Cowboy Cerrone.
Yes.
It's not this Diego Sanchez bullshit.
Oh my God.
So let's talk about this because we have been hypercritical of Conor McGregor on this podcast multiple times. We aren't just going to jump on because, it'll get views. Oh, we love Conor. We're not Conor dick riders. We're just not.
Yeah.
But the messages came out. And I gotta say, I'm starting, and I don't always agree with Conor. I think he does a lot of stupid shit, just like John Jones, where Conor irritates me a lot of times. But man, I think Conor kind of made a case for him wanting to fight 3 times this year. I think he was trying before this whole Rona situation. And then they're saying, no, we got to have gate. We got to have a gate because you're the biggest star in the UFC. I'm starting to actually see Conor's side of things. And I'm kind of starting to backtrack a little bit. It doesn't mean I think Conor's completely in the right, but I'm starting to backtrack a little bit. And I'm starting to realize, okay, maybe Conor was looking for fights. I mean, he's got the text messages to prove it. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was definitely trying. I mean, but it's like Diego. Like, really?
Well, I think he was just doing that just to say, hey, look, I am looking for a fight. It doesn't matter who it is. Let's just get a sign.
But it's like you could have said, if you would have said any other name, it wouldn't be a big deal. But because it's Diego Sanchez.
Right. There's not a lot of credibility behind that call out. And it does get tiresome when all Conor does is just call people out. And you're like, okay, that fight's never going to happen. Okay, that fight's never going to happen. I literally saw the exchange between Dustin Poirier and Conor, and I was like, okay, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's starting to get like just... It becomes second nature in my brain, man, where I'm just like, hey, this fight's not going to happen. Moving on. All right, moving on with my day.
Yeah, with anything with Conor.
Anything with Conor.
And
it's just so unreliable.
I thought that Pacquiao fight was really going to happen because, I mean, just last week, Dana was saying we got big plans with Conor for the spring or fall next year.
But, I mean, do we really want to see Conor McGregor in a boxing ring or do we want to see him in an octagon?
If he gets viciously KO'd by Pacquiao, I mean, I kind of want to see that.
But I don't like... I get what you're coming from because, like, again, like, we're not the biggest Conor fans, but he's great for the sport and he's a phenomenal mixed martial artist. Like, that is where we want him to be, is in the octagon. If Conor McGregor is going to come back and fight, I don't want to see it in a boxing ring. I want to see it in an octagon because that's where he shines. That's his bread and butter. I don't want to see the man box. He's not a boxer. He's a mixed martial artist, man. So, again, if Conor's going to fight, Give me an octagon. Give me Dustin Poirier. I think that's a great matchup. Let's get this fight done. If we're going to get it done, let's get it freaking done, man.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't get the Tony Ferguson fight done. We're so fucking depressed over that shit.
Yeah, that would have been a great fight.
I mean, dude, it's like you just got to get this done. If this fight isn't done, I don't see Dustin Poirier fighting. Like, who's he going to fight?
No.
I mean, if he didn't do the Tony fight and you're not going to do the Conor fight, it's like now you're just fucked.
Well, you're starting to pull the straws.
Yeah.
And then eventually you're just going to have to retire because you're never going to find a fight. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to get paid that 7 figures that you're asking for. Mm-hmm. If you're not willing to negotiate and budge. Yeah. Which he does deserve. But again, we don't know the financials of the UFC necessarily. And say what you will, but gate does affect what the fighters make.
Yes, and that's probably why Conor hasn't fighting.
Exactly.
I mean, let's be real. That's exactly why.
Because how are you going to pay Conor $50 million when you don't have $30 million or $50 million in the gate,
Exactly.
Depending on whatever it is. So.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Before we really move on to our next subject, I mean, Dana was saying in these press conferences about these release messages and shit, it's like, you just don't do that. That's kind of bro code, and you don't break that. What's your take on that? Like, is this bro code or is this just business?
Here's the thing. I don't think it's ever appropriate, and this is why I've always been very careful with, like, text messages or messaging and any of that stuff, because, like, it's so inappropriate to me. That's like you and I having a conversation and then you going out and telling the whole world when I'm like, hey, man, it's just between you and I.
Yeah.
Like, this is business. Let's just talk about it here. And then, publicly we can say something.
Yeah, it's not cool.
But with it's not something that's professional to do. And I'm actually on Dana's side with this. It's just like, hey, look, this is business. We're talking business. If you're going to go out and post everything, then guess what, motherfucker? Fly your private jet over here and have a conversation with me face to face so you're not going to be doing this shit anymore. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't want to do business with you.
Yeah, he's never going to DM again. I mean, that never. Like, their communication must just be fucked now.
Yeah, it's completely stopped.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to text him anymore after that.
You got Lorenzo sending him messages now. I mean, fuck, I don't know.
Just not even anything to do with the sport. Like, got to bring him in just because how fucked this relationship is. I wouldn't be surprised.
I know.
Honestly. All right, moving on to this next thing. When I heard this was announced, I was actually shocked. Like, okay, I guess I'm going to watch it. I mean, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to pay for it. Let's be real. I'm going to pay for it. But Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather is apparently confirmed. Like, it's happening. Like, it's actually going to happen. And they're building an undercard already.
I give zero fucks.
Like, I'm going to watch it.
If it costs money, I'm not tuning in.
Oh, I'm watching it, dude. I'll pay for it, I guess. I have to watch Logan Paul get KO'd.
But it's all rigged. It's all rigged, man.
What do you mean rigged? Like, he's still going to get KO'd.
We'll see. We'll see. It's the same thing with like Floyd going over to Japan or whatever that was.
Against Kenshin Nasukawa.
We're gonna spar for 3 rounds, and he's already out. And it was like, what is this? Like that wasn't even a hard. Like there's no way that dude was knocked out.
That did definitely look rigged.
It was
Joe
rigged.
Rogan fucking fought for that, saying how real that was and how much better Floyd was and shit like that. That shit looked fake.
I rarely disagree with Rogan, but I disagree with him on that. That looks so fake to me. And I'm
It
just
definitely looked fake.
And it's a sparring session, only 3 rounds, and he already KO'd. It's just, come on. And like Logan Paul, like Floyd Money Mayweather, like why? Which I know why. You got to make that bread because you're not paying those taxes.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Well, he can't read the laws, so I don't blame him.
Well, fuck. You got to get on that fucking Trump tax code.
No, he's got to get on that fucking hooked on monkey phonics to learn how to read.
Good Lord.
That's funny shit. I mean, this is going to make millions. This is going to make millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Logan Paul's a fucking YouTube star. He's going to get all those 12 and 8-year-olds fucking buying that shit, stealing their mom's credit cards. So, I'm going to watch it, dude. I'm going to watch him get KO'd. I'm going to watch his brother fight Ryan Garcia, probably his co-main, and get fucking KO'd himself.
Yeah.
So, you know what?
No good.
I hope that
I will
happens.
pay. Okay, I didn't know Jake Paul.
That's what they're saying. Is Ryan Garcia
that.
versus Jake Paul maybe co-main event? So if
Let's do that. I will tune into that. I want to see Jake Paul go to sleep.
For
not
sure.
Wake up for 6 months.
For sure, he's going to
What
sleep.
a fucking douchebag that guy is.
Oh, they're both douches.
But
I hate
again,
them both.
I mean, they make money, so it is what it is.
Yeah, they're big
who am I to
names.
say it, but
Exactly.
God,
I'd
dude.
fight him for $1 million.
That shit. I mean, you're a multimillionaire and you're doing the whole like looting, and then you got the FBI raid. It's just like this guy. Just come on, dude.
Yeah,
Get it together.
Honestly. Okay. So last bit of MMA news before we move on, Mason. Do you mind if we take a pee break right
that's
after
fine.
this? Okay,
Sure.
Perfect. Because I've been holding it. Just so you know.
Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Sorry. These beers are adding up. Okay, Joshua Fabio. Fuck this guy. Who gives a shit what his name is? Matt Serra didn't know it. I didn't know it. I still don't to this.
I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Fuck
no
this
one does.
guy. No one gives a fuck about him. Joshua Fabio strikes again. He strikes again. I should have clipped this because it was that good.
Oh my God,
he walked
hilarious.
So he walks up to Matt Serra.
Probably the worst person to do this to on the face of the planet.
Seriously.
Guy who gives 0 fucks, who literally just yells at people, calls them fucking idiots.
How
to their
many
faces.
altercations has been on camera with Matt Serra?
So many.
So many. This guy has got bad fucking luck. Shitheads gravitate towards him and he can't help himself.
I know.
He can't help himself. This motherfucker
I
walks.
hate this guy, man.
This motherfucker walks up to Matt Serra and goes, "Hey man, I'm Diego's coach, and I don't appreciate the things you said about me on the podcast. Real negative effects." And he goes, you don't even mention my name. And he goes, well, let me tell you, I don't even know what the fuck your name is, dude. He goes, I don't even know who the fuck you are. He goes, I like Diego. I respect Diego. But I think what you're doing, it's fucking silly. And it's dumb.
Silly.
And it's fucking fucked up. And I don't like it. And I'm sorry. But I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to eat breakfast with my friend right now. Leave me the fuck alone. And he's like, oh, you don't see how that right there is bad? And, you're making me look bad. And he's like, dude, I don't give a fuck about you.
It's like, I'm trying to eat my breakfast. Just
trying
get the
to
fuck out of
chill.
my face. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
This guy's a fucking idiot,
He is
dude.
unreal. He is unreal. This guy is the biggest dipshit I've ever seen in my life. Ever.
One of them. In the MMA community, at least.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. There are some bigger dipshits on the face of the planet. But I mean,
know a
as far
few.
as MMA, man, oh my God, this guy, he's insufferable. It's just like, bro. And you know what's so funny about Joshua Fabio? Or Fabricio or whatever his fucking name is he is so egotistical that everything, just everything has to be about him.
Mm-hmm.
He is so self-centered where he's like, I just don't feel like you're giving me enough credit. And then he's like, oh, but I love Diego. But you're not giving me the respect I deserve.
Yeah. Oh, and what he said.
Who are you? You're inflated.
I forgot about this. He said, when you look at that Pereira versus Imadeev fight, he goes, that could have happened to Diego. And it didn't. That didn't happen to Diego. Diego didn't get dominated like that. Like, bro, did you watch the same fucking fight? Did you watch him get dominated for 3 rounds? Because that's exactly what fucking happened.
Yeah.
He got fucked up and dominated for 3 rounds. He looks like shit right now in the octagon. He looks fat as fuck. Let's be real. He did not look good in that last fight.
No, he didn't. Not
He
at all.
looked like shit. He looked like someone was chasing him around the octagon with a fucking knife instead of hitting the pads. He looked like someone that did not get proper training. He looked like someone who did not have a strength and conditioning routine. This guy's disgusting, dude.
Yeah.
He's disgusting. Chasing your fighters around the octagon with a knife, saying everything's a knife. Everything's a knife. You better be fast enough. Everything's a knife. Fuck you, dude. Because you're taking.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
Well, I'm just gonna say you're taking one of our favorites
of all time.
One of the most loved fighters of his generation. I mean, this guy's an OG. He's been fighting forever. Season 1 contender of the Ultimate Fighter. You're taking him and you're fucking up his last few fights.
Well, here's the thing. He's taking advantage of someone who is extremely kind, someone who is an amazing human being. We love Diego Sanchez. We've said this multiple times on this podcast. He is an OG. As you said, season 1, man. Like, and Dana has a soft spot for him too, because, you know, when Dana was talking about him in the post-conference, the fight, you know, he was even like, hey, man, you know how I feel about these season 1 guys. He goes, I love them to death. But there is a time, you know, to retire. And I think that time has been...
It's past, I think.
It's now. Yeah, it's definitely now. He needs to retire, and we love him. It doesn't take away anything. But Joshua Fabia, or whatever this guy is a manipulator. He's a con artist, and he has just corroded and corrupted Diego. And unfortunately for Diego, he doesn't see it. He just thinks it's his good friend because Fabio will do this thing. And you can see it in the words that he says. It's all about Joshua. And I think, honestly, this is just my opinion. I have no evidence. It's just my opinion. But man, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if Joshua Fabio was taking advantage of him financially either.
Oh, just wait, dude.
He's just a manipulator. He's that con artist you find that fucking, he's like the, what's the famous con artist? The Yellow Kid or something like that. But that's who he is, man. He's just a con artist.
Yeah, he's just a douche.
It's
and
gross.
Just wait, him and fucking Diego will start a camp or something. He'll drain Diego's bank accounts. It's just, it's going to be a sad story. And we're going to watch it unravel, and it just fucking sucks, man. It just really does. I don't like this guy one bit, and I think everyone in the MMA community pretty much agrees this guy's a fucking whack job. People that trained with him are posting videos of their training sessions just going, this guy's a fucking whack job, and I am an idiot for even giving him the time of day. So, you know what?
Last time we talk about him.
Yeah, for sure.
On this podcast.
For sure. Well, I think we should roll into this quick break. All right, we'll be right back, folks. Preview showtime, Mason. Holm versus Irene Aldana on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
Yes, sir. This is week 2 of Abu Dhabi Fight Island.
It's not the greatest card ever. Let's just be real, guys.
No, it's not.
You couldn't have saved a couple of fights from that Colby Covington card. If you would have saved one fight, put the Johnny Walker fight as co-main or something, one fight is all this needed just to set this to that next level.
But we do get a heavyweight fight, which is always fun.
I do like
a heavyweight
always
fight.
Fun. And it's Jorge de Castro versus Carlos Felipe. That'll be a great fight. But there
might be some sleepers here.
Oh, there's a few. There's a few. I mean, just in the women's bantamweight division alone. I mean,
absolutely.
There's big fights. So let's start here with the main event: Holm versus Irene Aldana. Irene Aldana. I think it's Irene, isn't it? I don't know. It's
Irene
different.
Aldana?
I know she's Spanish, so there's different ways of
it.
pronouncing it. I mean, I think it's Irene. I have no idea. I really don't. But I do
Aldana.
know. Yeah, what I do know is that she's a fucking savage. I mean, because we all remember that Caitlin Vieira fight, a fight she was not supposed to win, a Caitlin Vieira fight that was going to be a number 1 contender fight for her to get the next bantamweight title shot over JDR and GDR, a few of the girls. Nope. Irene Aldana flatlined her in the first round, and it was amazing. Showed her true power, showed how comfortable she is inside the pocket, trading. This is going to be a great fight, dude. And this is a big test for Holm. I mean, Holm, let's talk about her for a little bit, because she's one of these girls that, since the Miesha Tate fight, she's 0-4 in title fights, and I think, 2-5? Or something that?
For Holm, it's been such a strange last 6-7 years. Yeah, she's fought the best of the best. And,
and she's still been in this top 3 of the division.
Yep.
She's been one of these girls. If you could beat Holm, you're getting a title shot essentially.
Yeah. But I mean, again, she is starting to get to the tail end of her career. She's 38 years old.
Yeah, only a week or two away from 39.
From 39. And it's becoming now where I think if she is going to make, which is crazy I'm saying this because she's had 4 title shots. But if she's going to make one last run at it, this is the last run to make. And she's got a very tough test in front of her.
Yes. So tough, dude. I mean, Irene Aldana is no joke. I mean, this is a girl that's kind of flown under the radar. I mean, she's had some big fights before, but it's like, I didn't know of her. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't know who she was till she flatlined Catlin. Like, once she flatlined Catlin Vieira, like, that's what put her on the radar for me. Like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
She's a legit contender. And this is the fight you need to win to get yourself a title shot at this 135-pound division. Holly Holm is one of these girls, if you beat, you're getting it. Guaranteed. Just because she's beating all the other girls. I mean, she's beating everyone under her. Like, let's be real.
It's strange, too, because Aldana hasn't fought in almost a year. I mean, her last fight was December 14th, 2019.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Vieira.
It's been a while. This fight was supposed to happen several weeks ago, but we got to remember it fell through because of COVID. Irene caught COVID. It's just so many things have happened.
Which I wonder how that will factor into this fight as well. I mean, are we going to see 100% Aldana or no?
Well, I'm going to be real. I saw her Instagram picture. She posted an Instagram picture of her, like, in, I don't know what she was wearing, but it was a sports bra and fucking like the skimpiest Spanx ever. She's jacked.
Oh, well, perfect. Well, hopefully she's 100% healthy, ready to go.
She's fucking jacked, dude. Nice. She looks jacked, like legit in really, really good shape, 100% ready for this fight. I mean, and just seeing that picture made me go, oh, fuck Holly. Oh, no, Holly.
Here's the thing with Holly Holm. It's hard sometimes to watch her fight, knowing the potential that she has had, knowing that, you know, fighting Ronda Rousey, head kicking, KOing Ronda Rousey was incredible. One of the greatest moments in women's MMA history, in my personal
100%.
opinion. Because at the time, Ronda was such a dominant champ.
Yes, it was shocking. It was like John Jones losing. Dude.
Yeah, exactly. And at the time, I remember looking at Holly and going, wow, this could be the next superstar for the women, bantamweight, championship of the world. She had her move up to featherweight, was making featherweight fights too, but it's been such a rocky journey since then. And I think a lot of that has to do with Holly Holmes not having 100% confidence in her striking, even though, in my opinion, she's a phenomenal striker.
I 100% agree with that take right there. Yeah. 100%. I mean, she hasn't been there mentally, I think.
It's so weird, man, because like she is such a good striker, but I don't feel like she has the confidence to pull the trigger in the octagon. And
100%
for the life of me, I can't understand it. Because the free flow in Holly Holmes that we saw back in 2013 or 14, whatever, I think it was 2013, when she KO'd Ronda, is the Holly Holm that I thought we were going to see as a dominant champ for 5 or 6 years. And it just never came to fruition. And for the life of me, I can't understand why her career has taken this kind of weird, tumultuous turn.
Yeah, I mean, I really do think it comes down to that. I don't think she wants to get finished. She knows she's an older girl in this division, and she knows her time is waning. She knows that she might only have one run left for a title if she ever even gets one.
Yeah.
I mean, now what's the point of fighting if you're never getting a title shot? I mean, this is a big fight. Holly Holm is still a girl where she puts a couple wins together. She could fight for a vacant title. I don't see Amanda Nunes staying at 135 very long. Let's be real.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, she doesn't want to cut weight, dude.
Yeah,
she just had a kid.
But she has to. I mean, with the featherweight, I mean, who is there? I mean, she'll clean out that division.
That's why the UFC needs to develop that division, because it's so important for the future of Amanda Nunes.
I agree with that, but Amanda's just going to have to suck it up and cut to 135, man. She's going to have to, because there's no competition at 145 for her right now. As it sits, that'll take years.
Well, there's no
build.
competition at 135 either, because she's beaten everybody already.
No, I know that.
That's the shitty part. I mean, you got Aspen Ladd. Now you got Irene Aldana. If she wins, it's like there's not a lot of girls that she hasn't already beaten or fought twice. Right. It's like you got Shevchenko. You have Irene Aldana. Beat her twice. You have an Irene Aldana. Like you have an Aspen Ladd. Mm-hmm. That's about it.
Macy Barber, maybe eventually.
But she's 115 or 125. I don't see her go fighting on 135. That's true.
Bantamweight, she'll probably never get that big.
It's just, I don't see a third fight with JDR, so it's like you don't have the talent right now. I mean, you have talent. Let's just be real. That's just how good Amanda is. There's no competition on 135. It's just unfortunate. But if my prediction stays true, and let's just say Amanda moves up to 145, stays there, vacates her 135-pound belt, the winner of this fight could be fighting for a vacant belt. Or just the next shot if Irene wins. I think Irene has a great chance of winning this fight, dude. She's proved to me that she has great power, great boxing skills, has that Mexican fighting heart where she's willing to take a shot to land a bigger one. I'm taking her in this fight, dude. I don't have the confidence in Holly Holm. And if you beat Holly Holm, you are an elite fighter in this division. Easy as that. That's just how good Holly Holm is.
Absolutely.
Even at 38 years old, almost 39, if you beat her, you're an elite. You deserve a title shot. So I am going Irene Aldana, unanimous decision. I think this goes all 5 rounds. I think Irene Aldana finds a way to land the crisper, the cleaner shots. She's just going to outbox her. It's going to be as easy as that. I don't see this going down to the ground. This could be a dangerous fight for Irene in the clinch.
Could.
I mean, Holly took Raquel Pennington to the clinch all night in that last fight. So
was having her way with her, too.
Yeah, and she's big, strong for this division. So it's an interesting matchup, but I am going to give Irene the advantage on the feet.
Yeah, so I'd have to agree with that assessment overall. I really hope, though, that we do see a Holly Holm that's not timid, that's not, timid to throw big strikes, to get her boxing, to get her striking out there, and to work some clinch, too, man. I mean, she is so talented. I hope she comes out and then really puts on a performance. But I do see Irene Aldana winning this fight. I have her 3rd round TKO.
Awesome.
She gets done in the 3rd.
Awesome. So Yorgan De Castro versus Carlos Felipe. This is an easy fight for me. I'm going Yorgan De Castro, 3rd round knockout. It's probably going to be a fucking banger. I've never even heard of this Carlos Felipe. I think he's either a contender series guy or something like that. He hasn't had a lot of fights inside the UFC, so this is a test for him because Yorgan just went fucking 3 rounds with Dan Hardy. Pretty hard to do. Pretty hard to do. And this guy has yet to win a UFC fight, so it's easy for me. Yorgan De Castro, 3rd round KO. I think he's going to be too much too soon for this young guy.
All right. I once again, agree with that assessment, but I'm going to go 3rd round KO. I think De Castro, gets it done in the 3rd round. Let's go with the lights out 3rd round KO.
Wait, that's what I said was 3rd round KO. I meant 2nd round. That's what I have down here. I don't know why I said 3rd round. I must have been looking at your picks.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, either way. The 2nd round KO. Okay, next fight. This is a big fight for the division we were just talking about. 135-pound women's division. Irene Durandamine versus Juliana Pena. This is a big fight, actually, because Juliana Pena took those years off, had that kid. Now she's back. Even beat up-and-coming Nico Montano at 35 after she's not doing 25 no more. So this is a big fight for her. This is a big fight and a huge test because Irene Durandamine is a savage kickboxer, dude.
Absolutely.
Savage kickboxer. So I'm going to Castro, 2nd round KO. But I wouldn't be shocked if Pena find a way to win this fight because Pena is really, really good on the ground. But JDR is just too good on the feet. I don't see Pena taking her down. I think she's just going to be a little bit too big and too strong. So I see JDR finishing her. Or no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong picks again. JDR, unanimous decision. God, this is going to go all 3 rounds. I'm looking at your picks, and I'm like, yeah,
I know.
Yeah, she's going to finish her.
Yeah, so I have the exact same thing. I think JDR gets the job done. She is a number 1 contender right now in the bantamweight division. I think she gets this job done, and I have her decision as well. I think this fight goes all 3 rounds.
Beautiful. All right. Kyler Phillips, Cameron Elise. I've never heard of either of you guys.
No, they're both new, relatively new fighters. No. Yeah, I mean Cameron Elise has never even fought in the UFC.
Yeah, making his debut. So I'm gonna go.
Kyler's had 1 fight in the UFC against Gabriel Silva, and he won decision. That was at Benavidez Figueiredo card.
All right, I'm flipping a coin. Phillips, unanimous decision. Fuck it. It's going all 3 rounds. I'm taking him. He's got long hair. He's got a picture on the website.
That's true. You know what? Oh, when in doubt, always go with the
long-haired guy. Yep, exactly.
Because if he has that sort of patience to grow his hair out that long, he's going to have that patience to find the right strike in the octagon. That's my formula. That's how you get the job done. I am also not taking him. I'm going to go with this undefeated fighter. You know what? Why the hell not?
No. That's a different fight.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. No, I am going with Kyle. We're all over the place right now. I'm going to go with Phillips, 3rd round TKO.
All right, Dequan Townsend versus the undefeated fighter Dusko Todorovic. Yes. Todorovic. That's the best I could. He's fucking Siberian apparently. Savage. undefeated.
That's the guy.
You know, first round KOs for days, apparently. I guess I think it was a Contender Series fight, went the distance, but he got the contract. I am going to Dorovic, first round KO. I think, I'm going with him, dude. Fuck it. You're undefeated for a reason. You must have something going right with your right hand. So, you know what? I'm going to Dorovic, first round KO.
Wow. All right, so I think I'm going to go Todorovic. I'm going to change my pick from decision. I'm going to go first round sub.
Okay, there you go. Okay, this fight we're actually going to talk about for a second. Yeah. Because it's a big fight, kind of. It's a big fight for not so big reasons.
Yeah, the natural-born killer, Carlos Condit versus Court Mcgee. At one time, these two were at the top of their game, the top of their division. Since then, quite the slide, quite the fall from grace. Carlos Condit, to me, has just not looked the same in his last 4 or 5
I don't think
fights,
he's won a fight since 2012.
I know. Isn't that weird?
It's sad.
It's. You almost gotta ask yourself why. Why do these guys still?
I think it's that they have something to prove. I heard a lot of people talking mad shit about this fight, specifically people in the media, fucking Morning Combat, Luke Thomas, and Brian Campbell.
Luke Thomas talks shit about it.
Well, they did not like this fight at all. They did not like this fight at all. They said essentially the winner goes and fights Diego Sanchez, and the loser goes and fights BJ Penn in the bar. That's essentially what they said. So it's like, it's very disrespectful.
That's funny.
It's funny. Give them
it
that.
Is funny. I'll give them that. That's pretty fucking funny. That's a good joke. Very MMA relative. That's great. That's great.
It is funny. Yeah, we'll give him that. It is funny. But, I mean, fuck, Carlos Condit was the man back in the day, dude.
Yeah, he was.
He was the fucking man. So was Court Mcgee. Both these guys, I mean, back in their primes, I mean, fuck. I'm just going to pick this. I don't want to talk shit on these guys.
Okay, so let me talk about Carlos Condit. Okay, so his last win was in 2015 against Thiago Alves. Okay, but since then, let's go through his resume because he has been on a big losing streak. But here's the thing: 2016, he lost to Damian Maia.
Yes.
And Robbie Lawler.
Yes.
Okay, 2017, he lost to Neil Magny. 2018. Lost to Michael Chiesa and then Alex Oliveira. Those are all phenomenal fighters.
Yeah.
All right. Those are all top elite guys, especially with the resurgence of Neil Magny. Then you're talking about Chiesa, who's a top 10 guy.
I forgot about that Oliveira fight.
Yeah, man. And yes, the thing is he's constantly getting submitted in the second round, which is kind of strange. It's just constantly the second round. But I mean, it's not like he's fighting no names or up and coming guys. This is a fight he can definitely win.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. And I'm taking him in this fight. I'm going to take him by decision. I mean, let's be real. If both these men were in their primes right now, I do believe Condit beats Court Mcgee pretty easily. I don't want to say easily, but I mean, I think he would for sure beat him. So I'm going to take Carlos. I think he's the better fighter overall. But I mean, both these guys, really UFC, we're going to take two guys that haven't won fights in years and put them against each other. I mean, you kind of have to just because someone needs to get a win. Yeah. But I would not be shocked if both these men end up getting cut. Let's be real. Yeah. This is the UFC.
It is.
And at some point, it's like, guys, if you want to make money, let's go to Bellator. Because one, you're going to make more money, and you're not going to have to fight the next top and coming set. You're not going to have to fight a Hazmat Chimaev, essentially.
Yeah. And I think at some point in your career, I think it's totally fine to do that. It's appropriate to do that. I mean, if you're losing 4 or 5 fights in a row in the UFC and you realize you can't compete against these elite guys, go and make a little extra money at Bellator.
Yes.
Because I'll still tune in. If Carlos Condit, 2 or 3 years ago went over to Bellator and was a main event for a Bellator card, I'd tune in for sure because it's still fun to watch them fight. I tune in for Pettis. I just tuned in for Sergio Pettis' fight 2 months ago. It's like, oh damn, Pettis is on this card. This is awesome. But at some point, we gotta hang him up. Yeah. I don't want to be disrespectful to these guys, but nonetheless, we'll see how good the fight is.
I mean, we can't be shocked that this is that. I mean, when you get into some wars, like some of the wars that Carlos Condit has been in, you just can't be shocked that you're not the same since.
And man, I got to say, those early 2010s, he was in awesome fights.
Dude, he was the
Carlos
beast.
Condit was the man. Dude.
He was the fucking man.
I loved watching him.
Yes, I loved him. He was one of my favorite fighters.
And, dynamic. And again, never take that away from the man. But at some point, come on, man. Like, just go over to Bellator or something.
Let's make some more money somewhere else because I don't want to see you fucking getting into wars and stuff. Which this could be. This really could be. Like, it's a pretty well matched up fight in my opinion.
Yeah,
and it should be an easy matchup
for either guy.
Yeah. It's just sucks. But well, we're here. We're at the end of the show, Mason.
Oh, who'd you pick?
Oh, that's right. That's duh.
That's okay. We've been doing this all day. Took a week off. Look at us. We're a mess.
Honestly, just fucked.
We're a mess.
Just all fucked up.
Sorry, Habib. Sorry to disappoint, Dad.
Absolutely. I'm taking Carlos Condit unanimous decision. I think this goes all 3 rounds. It's probably going to be sad to watch. And let's be real. I mean, Carlos Condit is probably the better fighter.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen from Carlos, he just hasn't been the same this last couple of years. I mean, obviously Court Mcgee's on a little bit of a skid too, a couple of years, losing a few fights. I'm going to go Court Mcgee decision here. I just think he'll pull it off. I think just barely.
It's a pick'em fight, really.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, fuck. Vegas has this plus 110 Carlos, negative 130 Mcgee. So it's a pick'em fight. It really is. So we're here. We're at the end of the show, Mason.
Yeah,
Any shout outs before we end it?
Yeah, I got a shout out. I got to do this every single week, guys. I have one shout out, big shout out. Shout out to the Seattle Seahawks getting the job done against the Dallas Cowboys, my team. God bless them. No defense whatsoever. Unbelievable. Great performance. Russell Wilson, you are the man.
Dude, Russell's so fucking good.
He's so good.
He's so good. He'll never win the MVP. It's just so unfortunate.
I don't get it either because he deserves
it's sad.
it. Every year,
so many years. Like. Every year he just has an MVP caliber season, and there's just one guy that comes out and just does better. Yeah. It's just sad.
Well, not even necessarily better, but is just like the more known player. I don't know.
Well, I mean, last year it was what's his face? The guy from Baltimore. It's like
Lamar Jackson.
He's like, you just have to give it to him because he was just that much. He was just that good.
Well, and just being able to run the ball the way he was doing, like he looked great last year. But yeah,
this might be the year for Seattle. I mean, I'm a huge Russell Wilson fan. He's my
Seattle, but they got to do something about their defense.
They're so trash, and they'll never.
Russ has got to carry that team every week, and he does. Like that man is like one of the biggest leaders of all time. They got to do a 10-episode documentary series on that guy someday, the same way they did for Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah,
because he's just such a leader. Yes. Like that man is the epitome of a leader. Like that's who you want on your football team. Like is a Russell Wilson.
Yes.
A straight edge freaking like, let's get the job done. Hey, it's okay. Let's go. We're going to win no matter what. We're down 24 points. It doesn't matter. We're coming back. We're going to win the ball game.
And actually does it. To get you to the Super Bowl.
Like you talk about the Seahawks luck all the time, and that's just who Russ is, man.
Yeah, he'll forever be my favorite player just because not only what he does.
Great human being too.
Exactly. What he does on the field, but off the field, dude. He's just every Thursday he's out at the Children's Hospital. It's just, so shout out to Russ. He deserves a shout out
to Russell Wilson.
Just such a good guy. Such a good guy. Deserves an MVP one day. Hopefully fucking happens. This could be the year.
Could be the year.
Could be the fucking year.
If he
Probably
keeps playing.
won't.
Do you know he's on pace to throw 75 touchdowns?
So crazy, dude.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
That's unprecedented in UFC.
I think he broke a record.
In the UFC, in the NFL, man.
Didn't he break a record for most touchdowns in
3 games? Yeah.
Crazy.
Insane.
Crazy.
Insane.
Love it. I love it.
Shout out to Russ.
Yep. So my shout out for the week is a shout out to our YouTube comment section for everyone mad at the Hazmat Chimaev Gerald Merchart reaction for Mason calling him a god. Guys, it's a fucking joke.
Sarcasm. Do I think Chimaev is a god? Yes, I do. I actually just made a 8-foot statue of Chimaev. I am praying to it every day. He is God. He is the great one. No, of course, sarcasm.
Guys, we're joking. And it's just different cultures. They take shit so seriously over there. I mean, our hazmat videos are going crazy. It must be the Middle East, dude. It's got to be some people in the Middle East watching our shit.
Yeah, watching.
And thank you, guys. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to everybody for doing that shit. But, guys, we're Americans. We have sarcasm. We joke.
Yeah.
We joke, okay? So don't take everything we take.
There's one God.
So literally. Yeah. All right, Mason. Another one, dog. Another one in the books.
Yes, sir.
So everybody, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at The Church of MMA. We are making you guys laugh. We are posting funny memes. Hit us up.
Yeah, check us out again on YouTube. Thanks for the subscribers, 131 right now. Let's get that to 150 by next week. That'd be awesome. Check us out on YouTube. My name is Mason Knight. That is Tabor Craig, and this is the Church of MMA.
Peace.